this slug I just found. Look at that thing. I'm gonna try to set up this tent. I just had somebody pull in here and ask if they could stay here, and I was just like I've already left this spot once for one person, and I was just like, I can leave. Isn't there a spot like at the end of the road? Like, is there anyone in it? And she goes, oh, you prefer? I'm like, I prefer to be alone. And they left, and now I feel bad, but dude, I shouldn't feel bad. Like, I had Holly out here running around when they came in. I freaked out. I had to pick her up. Like, I just want to be able to, like, be out here and get dressed and do what I want to do without other people being around. But I feel bad. I just set up a tent. I set it up the other day, and it was a lot easier than it was today for whatever reason, but this is our setup whenever we're not going anywhere for a day and we have a lot of room and it's a little bit hot. It's sunny, so I have my solar panels out and they are charging up my power station, which lives on the floor right there. And then this is the screen tent that I have, and it sets up so that it almost perfectly fits over the back doors, so I can have the doors open. I have a nice breeze, and we have like a screened in patio here. Hi, Holly. So that is our camp setup for the day. And we're just reading and eating and cuddling all day. I'm gonna walk down the street for some blackberries. The leaves are already falling off the trees. These grow everywhere here. You see people just like pulled over on the side of the road getting blackberries. And you can just pick them and eat them. Oh. That's all we walked down here for. Back to the camp spot. You know, I just thought of the best metaphor. We just got off of a really bumpy road, and we're back on a main paved road, right? And like, it's so much more comfortable out here. I can go so much faster. I have so much less worry. I'm not worried so much about anything. I'm in civilization. I'm on a nice paved road. But It's so frustrating when I can't capture things on camera because that sunset is pink and orange and purple and blue, and you can't see any of it. It's a shame. I never actually know what I look like until I turn this camera on. It's cold today. Really cold. I know that when I film these videos and when I put them up, there's probably going to be a long time in there. But it is September the 5th. Like, it was just August a few days ago. And last night the temperature was dropped below 50. Today the high is like 60, like the mid 60s. I don't know. It's not very warm. It's crazy. It's crazy. And a few days ago it was so hot in here I had to set up our screen tent and open the back doors for ventilation. And today I can't take my sweatshirt off. It's so crazy. We are up in the forest. It's like, I don't know, 1 o'clock. It's not very, like, I don't think we're going to stay here again tonight. I think we're going to go back down to the rainforest. There's just so much activity up here. And, like, this is the road. I'm right on the road. So it's Labor Day weekend also. Today's Monday. Today's Labor Day. Last night there was all these, like, trucks speeding up this road. Like, speeding. They were going so fast, and I feel like there's like a what am I looking for? Not dirt bikes, but like quads. A lot of them had, like, I don't know. And then there's just all this noise, like, I didn't even try to go up on top of the hill where I used to like it. I don't even like it up there anymore. I like this spot by the leaning tree. Can you see it back there? So I'm feeling quite lazy today. I don't feel like going anywhere. If we go back down to that site, that means that I'm gonna drive through Forks again. But I don't think I actually need to stop and get anything. There is a little general store that we pass before we get to Forks. I think it's in a place called Beaver, which is kind of cool. I'm going to try to get some pictures today. Every time I go by these places, I want to get pictures, but I always forget. I was growing up, my school mascot was a beaver. So we were the Fighting Beavers, and it's just cool passing, like, the beaver firehouse and the beaver schoolhouse. Anyway, in that little town, there's a general store thing, and they have the most random stuff. But I was in there the other day just checking it out, and they sold gallons of distilled water, which I always need. They didn't have regular water. It was crazy. They had Beyond Meat jerky. What else did I get there last time? Oh, Reese's Puffs. Don't judge me, but it's my favorite, like, snacking cereal. They had that. And it's pretty big in there. I'll try to get some footage today because it's also cute. So we'll probably stop there. I do need water. And we're just gonna go back down there today, I guess. It's just so much more peaceful. Last night, there was this guy who pulled up behind me, right there, parked his truck, got out with a fishing pole, walked through my campsite, like around my fire pit, and down this mountain where there's not even like a trail to the river. So I was like, all night long, I knew at some point there was going to be a man popping out of the bushes in my campsite somewhere. So that was a little bit, like, tense, you know? Yeah. It's weird because up here, I'm more in the middle of nowhere. Like, I'm more in the woods, I'm more in the wilderness. I'm surrounded by a lot more trees and nature here. But the other spot that I'm at is so much more private, even though it's right off of a main road. We're on the outskirts of this rainforest, but we're actually in a spot where there's not, like, I'm right beside a forest, but I'm not in a forest. And here I'm more like in a forest. I'm rambling. I've had a lot of caffeine the last couple of days. I'm really low on my cacao. I'm out. I have enough for like one more cup of coffee, but when I was at the grocery store the other day, I saw this Starbucks cold brew, and it was dark chocolate flavored with oat milk, and it was like there's no dairy in it, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure there was like a party up there last night. What was that? Anyways, what was I just talking about? Coffee. So I got this cold brew and I was like, oh great, this will be good because I don't enjoy my hot coffee as much when I don't have cacao to put in it. I just don't. And I use powdered cacao sometimes, and I've been using it for the past week so that I'm using less of my discs. Anyway, I got this delicious coffee, cold brew, and it's so easy. I don't have to, I've had a lot of caffeine, so I don't have to worry as much about charging my power station. I still use it. I'm using it right now to charge my phone. I'll use it to charge my tablet. I use my kettle to make noodles, but the most important thing is always my coffee. And I use it every day to make my coffee, and it always takes it down 1 bar of charge. And I have to wait for it in the morning. So I bought this coffee, right? And I drank it in 2 days, the whole thing. And I was like, oh my God, I feel great. And then I realized I think I just had like a lot of caffeine, because the first day I felt really great, but the second day was yesterday when we went back into town, and I was a little bit like shaky and anxious, which it's so unfair that coffee is so good for my ADHD, but it's so bad for my anxiety. So I went to the store to get more yesterday, and they didn't have any. I had to get like a regular cold brew without the chocolate and the oat milk. It's still fine. It's not as good, but I've noticed that I think I'm just drinking way more. It's not so much that it's more caffeinated, it's just that I'm drinking more of it because it's just so easy to keep pouring more in here. I think we'll be up here for like 5 more days. And then we'll go back to civilization. I swear, one day of rain and everything already looks more beautiful here. Okay, I don't have my GPS on, but I think I just went through the Beaver Valley. Oh, yeah, there's the school. Beaver School. So cute. Every time I drive through that specific valley, I should have gotten it on video. I'm like, oh, I want to live here. That valley is just so beautiful. Another random TikTok song stuck in my head today. Of course, there's a million people here when I want to film something. Can you stay here just for a minute? I'll just be a minute. This is how cute the store is. Okay, I had to put the camera down because I started picking up so many things. And now it's hot, so I need to change. That general store is like, they have the most random things I've ever seen, but they have everything I need. Like, they have vegan chicken ramen, which is so good. It's chicken flavored, but there's no actual chicken in it. And that's actually really hard to find. I can find them at some random Walmarts sometimes. They're so good, you don't understand. And then they have like different flavors of plant-based jerky. They have distilled water in gallons, not regular water. Distilled water is what I need. These, I was watching this TikTok the other day, and this lady came up with this like perfect combination of like 3 things that she takes that makes her be able to live and function with her ADHD. And I took a screenshot of what like the one supplement was. I'm definitely going to order it, but she swears by these Zip Fizz energy mixes. I haven't really like looked into them, but I saw them sitting there, so I got some of those. And my probably like the worst habit I have is drinking ginger ale. I drink ginger ale every day, but this is my favorite size of them because if I open a whole can, I can't drink a whole can. If I get the little cans, they're always like really expensive. If I buy one of these, it lasts me for days because I take sips when I want it, keep it in the cooler. That's all. You can see a little bit more how cute it is now. Lay down. The drama every time I start the car. Isn't it cute? There are so many empty businesses that I pass that I'm like, oh my god, I can make that so cute. There's no crystal stores up here, like at all. There's one over in Port Angeles, but it's not even great. It's tiny, and there's so many empty storefronts and Forks, and I'm like right on the main road, like right on a corner. This one building in particular, I'm like, oh my god, this would be so cute as a crystal shop, but I can't. I am not a cold weather girl. I'm not. Just things that I think about when I'm driving on these roads. People are gonna think I'm beating her. Like, she's so bad. I'm gonna leave this on while I'm gone. Was she so bad? Were you so bad? Got it on tape, Polly. We are at our favorite park. This park has bathrooms that are clean, lots of space for me to walk Holly. It has a place I can refill water for like doing dishes. And it has, I guess that's all. This is what it looks like. Tempted to get a Beyond Burger. I just had one yesterday. I'm not gonna do it. And I'm not gonna stop and try to get coffee because today's Memorial Day. Yesterday was Sunday. I was there yesterday. If they didn't have coffee then, they're not gonna have coffee today. There's 2 people in line at the burger place. I'm not gonna get a burger. There's the Sasquatch store. There's the Twilight store. On our left is the Twilight Museum. The park we were just at is on the east side of town. Cleanest bathrooms in town. All these closed businesses up here. But right up here on the right, in a minute, you're gonna see the grocery store. There's also a coffee shop. Oh, there's always nice fresh produce right here. But I never see bananas, and that's all I want. Oh, on the left here is where I do laundry. It's the only laundromat around here. Up here on the right is Forks Outfitters. It is Thriftway grocery store. There's a clothing store inside. Ace Hardware's attached. There's a coffee shop in there.